Welcome, Capricorn. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. This reading is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. It is August 2024 love reading. We'll take a look at romantic relationships, um, current situation, and the influences around that, focused on love or romance or whatever that looks like to you. Give me a couple of these cards are so hard to shuffle, so do the best I can. What do our Capricorns need to know for love for August? For love for August. What do our Capricorns need to know? Just trying to get some more shuffling. They just are hard. They're very, very thick. They're photographs. This is the Somnia Tarot. It's the original edition with photographs. They also have an illustrated edition. The other edition, the cards are not quite as thick. These are very thick. Okay, let's do a couple more and we will cut the cards. What do our Capricorns need to know for August 2024 love? Current situation, Knight of Coins, past influence, High Priestess, present influence, death, negative, Hangman, positive, Ten of Cups, what you don't see, Three of Swords, what to look for, Page of Wands, unexpected, Queen of Pentacles, no, King of Coins, sorry, challenge, Two of Wands, future influence, Nine of Swords, outcome, Five of Cups, where does this lead? Page of Coins, Six of Swords, good. Okay, I like that. Nine of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. This is going to be a little bit of a hard reading, I'm not going to lie. So, if you don't want hard, then I would recommend that maybe you don't watch. I have to read as they are, but the reason why I said good is because you come out of it, but it's not necessarily an easy thing to hear. So the Nine of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. This does have to do with fulfilling dreams. The thing here with the High Priestess in the past influence, I think what's happening here, you already know. The High Priestess is all about knowing, intuition, and I feel like you already know what's happening here. So we'll get into the reading, but that's about the knowing, and this it's like you're perceiving this. The current situation is the Knight of Coins. There is a situation that's happening a lot slower than you would like. And I feel like because it's happening slower, the present influences the death, that there are changes happening. I feel like these changes are you. That I feel like you're seeing things differently. Again, we have Hangman in the negative, but I'll explain that. But you're growing, you're changing, you're developing, and that's what's really hard, and that's kind of what's influencing. And then the slowness of this situation, which I do feel like is a relationship, is kind of causing you angst. The negative is the Hangman. And now normally in the Hangman, it's, a good thing, but I feel like because it's in the negative, it's saying you're overthinking something. You're so absorbed in self-reflection, so absorbed in yourself or how this is playing out, that you're not allowing you to open your minds. Again, we got the High Priestess in the past. So you know this. And almost everything I tell you in this reading, you'll go, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And you will. But this is like you're so drawing yourself back from the situation. There's no way it can develop. So this isn't all like someone else. It's you too, that's causing this. With the Ten of Cups in the positive though, there could be something really special here. I feel like maybe this might even be something that I feel like there is love in a situation, and that there is something that there is a relationship that's making you feel very comfortable. But this hangman energy, you are so self absorbed that you don't even recognize what's really happening here. Because I feel like in the what you don't see with the Three of Swords, there's a separation already happening. And you're not looking at it and seeing it. And I think the other person in this Ten of Cups energy is not doing well in the relationship. And I think the relationship's not doing well. It's starting to distance, it's starting to break up, but you're not even seeing it because of that hangman. You're just worried about you instead of what's really happening in the situation. And you're spinning your wheels in a direction that's not really helping things. What to look for is the Page of Wands. There is a message here that's going to tell you what's exactly happening with that other person. But if you don't read it and you don't absorb it or listen and take yourself out of the equation, then this doesn't do any good. So this is really important message that if someone sends you a message or gives you a message, whether it's verbal or written, and even if it has a little bit of angst to it, a little bit of maybe even anger to some degree, step back from it. Don't put yourself as if this is a dig at you. Try to really absorb the message absorb the meaning of this message. Really absorb it, because sometimes we get on the defensive, and that's anybody. This is nothing like unusual or anything like that. We can get on the defensive and think, well, what about me? What about me? Or I didn't do that. That don't get on the defensive. Like, really listen to it. Really try to understand it. And if you don't, reach out to understand it. The King of Pentacles is in the unexpected. I feel like this is you, male or female, it doesn't matter, but you're putting yourself first, which is okay, as long as if you want a relationship, you can't always put yourself first. The relationship takes two, and you both have to give and you both have to take, and that's the way it works. But I feel like you're unexpectedly putting it all on yourself. I don't think it's meant to happen that way. But with this situation too, we have a challenge here of making plans to move forward. It's not happening. Until you really decide to move forward with this relationship, you've got to make the plans to do so, which means take yourself out of the equation a little bit. Not that you can't get what you need in a relationship. I'm not saying that, because we all need to. A relationship should be an enhancement to both people. It should not be a burden to either or. It should enhance your lives. Not saying that at any given time one person might need more than the other, but sometimes we need to take ourselves out and go, how can we really plan this? How can we really move forward? This is a challenge for you right now to really even get there. The Nine of Swords is in your future influence. This is you rethinking, rehashing, reliving, rethinking, redoing, rethinking. And it's going to feel stressful. But that's where the self-reflection needs to go, okay, if I'm going to do this self-reflection, let's do it positively. And am I overthinking or overanalyzing or, expecting something that can't, like having unreasonable expectations? And that's going to be influencing the future. And it does lead to, the outcome is definitely disappointment. There's a good chance that you may lose something. However, what I do feel like happens here, so this is where the hard part comes in, that until you look up and see what you have, you won't move forward, right? You'll stay, kind of go down a rabbit hole of depression or sadness. However, if you kind of do the work a little bit and take yourself out of the equation so much, again, not saying that you don't deserve to have fulfillment in a relationship. You absolutely do. I'm saying that sometimes, though, we need to not just look at it from our own point of view, because you may be seeing something that's not really happening, or you're not seeing what's really happening. The Page of Pentacles comes in next, and to me this card is all about discovery. He's worked really hard to discover something. So I do feel like you will have a moment of discovery and say, okay, this is yeah, I need to do something here, and which leads to the Six of Swords, which tells me that you will say, you know what, I'm headed for the good stuff. And the Six of Swords is good because you're making a conscious choice to move forward and take yourself out of a bad situation into a good. Now, does that mean leaving the situation? No. It means getting out of this funk that you're in to see what's really happening, or a new relationship. It could be either or, but the Six of Swords is about taking those lessons learned and moving towards the sunrise, moving towards the horizon, moving towards to something better. And then the Seven of Pentacles comes after that. So that's when the work really happens. And that's when you can spend the time and nurture the situation. If you decide to move towards this relationship, because I feel like there is one here, then you will be taking the time to really take care of it. To me, the Seven of Pentacles is a garden. You got to water, fertilize, weed, you got to take care of it. You don't have to put 100% of your energy into it every day, but you have to put a little energy into it every day to make it really substantial. And I feel like that's what the Seven of Pentacles is saying here. So overall, you're going to head into the right direction. But I think, having this reading and going, yeah, I need to look at this a little differently will really set you on the right path. And what is our advice for our Capricorns? Four of Wands. So to me, this is also not only, so the Four of Wands is about celebration, but in this deck, I feel like it's not only a celebration, it's a conversation. It's a coming together. It's okay, well, now we're going to have this conversation and we're going to figure this out. Whether this is a conversation with yourself saying this is what I need to do, or whether it's with the other person or both, then this taking that moment to celebrate what you have, not constantly thinking that you don't have what you need, then maybe you'll be able to understand where to go with this Six of Swords energy, because you will make a discovery here. And whatever that discovery is, it's going to lead you into the right direction. But also, this is having a conversation. So sometimes we need to have that conversation and to understand what's happening on both sides. This is where I'm at. This is where you're at. What do you want to do? Again, the challenge of making plans. You need to make the plans if you want to move forward with this relationship. If you don't, you need to make the plans to move on. So it's either way, this is a challenge, because you're staying in this hangman mode right now, where you're not doing anything. You're just hanging there. So my stomach growled, sorry, because I know that goes right into the microphone. But I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know, Capricorn. Give me a comment. I appreciate it. Take care. Have a beautiful day.